Well, I might lose a few of you with this one, but I just needed to do a winter scene. It was literally at one time when I looked yesterday, 115 degrees Fahrenheit was the heat index. Oh my goodness. It was so humid. I'm ready to take a walk in this, okay? We're gonna have fun painting these birch trees. At least I hope you are. Let's get right into it. And to start us off, I've got some washi tape here. You can also use Scotch tape. I've got this nice skinny washi tape, which is great for our little Tiny Tuesdays. And I am going to tape off our little birch trees. So maybe we'll do one coming off this way. You know what though? I don't want it to be that straight. So I'm actually going to just rip some of this off. Just so there's just maybe a more realistic thing. And you can totally leave it straight edged. I mean, I've seen many people do that. I think I've done that in my own. I've done at least, oh gosh, I think I've done a couple birch videos, but just whatever you see fit. I'm just tearing out the edges there. And then rather than making you see me struggle with the tape, I'm speeding this up. But here we go. We'll just place this one wherever we want it here. I think this looks good. And then as always with tape, just make sure it's securely adhered to the paper so that hopefully we don't get paint underneath the tape. And if you want to be extra, you can grab an old gift card like I do and just really press it down onto the paper. I guess I've just had enough instances of my paint creeping underneath the tape, so I'm just being a little bit extra careful here. All right, now I'm going to just draw in a very simple horizon line, and that is going to be where the sky meets the snow, or really the tree line will meet the snow. And now that we've got all that as our foundation, I am going to bring in some fresh blue. This is what fresh blue looks like. And I've got some of that on my brush along with a lot of water, and I'm just going to start painting in our sky, continuing to add water because I do want this to be wet, nice and wet, and just come down to our horizon line. All right. Make sure we've got all that filled in. And while that's still wet, I'm going to dry my brush up on my towel and then just add some color in here up towards the top a little bit. Don't want to really be adding any more water right now, but just some color in the sky. All right. And this is still wet, and now I'm going to bring in some Payne's Gray. Not very much water on my brush. And I'm just going to tap in at the bottom here. Kind of go up. And we're just going to let the watercolor and the water do its thing. The paint and the water. All right. And you can make them as tall or varied as you would like. Perhaps, obviously, the smaller you make them, the farther away they're going to be. I think I like that for the sizes of these. Just noticing some of my sky up here didn't quite get to the top. There we go. All right. Okay, we're going to let this dry. And I've decided I'm going to add a little path in here. And so I think we'll have the path maybe just coming off this way. And get a little wider as we come here. You don't have to draw it in. That just gives me a little guideline there. And now I'm going to use sky blue, yes, in the snow. I don't name these paints, you know. Sky blue you would think would go in the sky, but I'm doing it in the snow. So we're going to we've got quite a bit of water on here. Well, I'm adding more water because In fact, you can just paint right over that path because I'm just going to add color to it. You can have your brush be a little bit dry for some of it just to add texture in the snow. And we'll get this bit over here as well. It's good. I think it's good to have some of the white showing through. I don't know if it's showing up on the camera. I can see it in person. And then I'm going to let all of this dry and then we'll work on the path. FYI, I was using a size 6 round and now I'm going to switch to a size 2. And you can decide on your path if you want it to be just a freshly fallen snow or footprints, or maybe you even want it to be a creek running through. Totally up to you. You know, this has been happening lately. I have not been cleaning my brushes very much, so that has a little bit of yellow, it would appear, but that's okay. I mean, not that we want yellow snow, don't get me wrong, but I'm going to put enough color on this that it's not going to matter. Okay, so now that I've just got the path wet, so now I can add in some more of the sky blue to start with, just because we want it to be a little darker than our snow that maybe has not been walked on yet. Okay. Add some more water to that, just kind of soften it out, and then get it ready for what I'm going to do next. I kind of lost track of my pencil marks, but that's okay. That's good enough here. Okay. Now I'm going to mix together a little bit. Here, let me show you what I'm doing. A little bit of our fresh blue that I put in the sky, and then a little bit of our Payne's gray. Okay, see, whoops, a little bit more than that. All right, and we're just going to make a nice bluish gray color there. And this is still wet, and so I'm going to maybe give an indication of some footsteps, but they're going to be very like abstracty. You know what I mean? That got a little too dark, so I'm wiping my brush on my towel and then just going to soften it up here. Just kind of blend that in. And they should get smaller the further away they get. But you see how that just kind of, to me, that looks like footsteps. I hope it does to you too. But you could also make it just kind of varying shades of blue that aren't necessarily trying to look like footsteps, you know? All right, and that same color, I'm going to come along, that same color mixture that we just mixed together. I'm going to just come right along the edge of the path to indicate a little bit of depth here. And just darken it up a little bit on this side as well. There we go. Okay, I'm liking how that's looking. This is going to feel a little bit risky. I feel like I'm being risky. I have just water on my brush right now, and I'm going to just put a little bit of water here and there, just a little bit, okay? And then I'm getting some sienna on my brush, okay? Because I want to just have a little subtle, you know, color back here in the trees. I don't remember where I put my water. That's okay. Okay, see what I'm doing there? Just adding a little bit of maybe like it was fall. This is one of our first snows of the winter, so you're still seeing some trees back there. I hope that makes sense. All right, I'm gonna dry all that, and then we're gonna work on our birch trees. Just kidding. That dried way too light, so I'm just gonna come in here and I'm doing wet on dry and just filling in some of these spots. Okay. All right, now I'm going to dry and work on the birch trees. Time to peel our tape. Let's see if we got any paint under the tape. No, that one looks pretty good. How about this one? All right, not too shabby. And now I'm getting more Payne's Gray on my brush, and I'm just going to come along the edges of our trees here. I just have a little bit of Payne's Gray, lots of water, because I want to this to be just a nice subtle kind of shadow on the tree. I'm going to add a little bit of Payne's Gray, and I was being way too careful, so I'm just going to speed you through and let you know that I did like 3 different layers, 2 or 3 different layers of the Payne's Gray until I got what I liked. That's what I do. But let's let this dry first. Okay, if you've been around for any period of time, you know that I will use my little birch tree credit card, gift card, old gift card chopped up. Just putting some of the paint on the bottom of that. And then we will just get it on the edge and slide it over. See that? And it's going to be different each time because you're going to put different. I'm not adding anything yet. We're just doing different pressure. You see how that adds just kind of, because I feel like if I tried to paint these in myself, I would absolutely be overthinking it and be like, oh, how many should I do? And this way, I'm just letting the credit card do the work. And then I'm going to flip it because I want to do the other side of the tree as well. So here's the bottom of the tree. Add some more paint just as needed. And it's okay if there's like big black splotchy ones because that's just the nature of a birch tree. All right. And I'd say that's pretty darn good. Good job, credit card, old gift card, whatever it is. And we'll do the same with this tree. Do the same over here. Oops, I had black on my finger and I got it up there, but that's okay. We'll put a branch up there. All right. I want to get a little bit more right here. Okay. All right. Now speaking of branches, let's put some branches in. A couple ways you can do this. You can get a round brush or a liner brush, whatever you might have, and you can just start kind of putting in some little, maybe I'll start up here where I had that little boo-boo. I'm just kind of putting in a little branch like that, maybe have it go up there. I think my preferred way to do it is probably with a pen. Well, I don't know if it's preferred, but it's a little safer, And then kind of, we could put a little bullseye here where that branch is coming in. I'm just going to go over it because it was just a little too light for me. All right, and then we can just kind of put these, here and there. You don't overthink this either, Just kind of put some branches coming off here. A little thicker as they get towards the tree. And you can do as many or as few as you would like. And I'm just being very light to the touch with my brush here, okay? I mean, you could go crazy with branches. You could be very simplistic like this, minimalist. And these are going to dry lighter than I want, so honestly, I'm probably just going to go over these with pen. Maybe I'll do one like right here, kind of coming off like this way and this way. All right. You know, keep doing. I don't know when that stopped, but my phone ran out of storage and I did not see a warning come up. So whatever. Going to come in with a size 3 micron. I'm going to go over some of these branches just a little bit, just darken them up a little bit. So I'm going to speed you through because, and do you see how I'm like thickening it up to it, like as it meets the tree, just as you see fit. Got to speed you up because I'm just going over. I'm going to add some, just a little bit of shape in the trees as well. It's not actually, I'm not even adding shape. I'm kind of just putting lines back there. Do you see what I'm doing? Because you're not really going to see like branches because they're way in the background, but just scribble lines. That, you know what? It makes me happy. I know it might drive you nuts, but that's okay. You don't have to do it, okay? And then I want to just kind of outline the trees as well. Again, I'll speed you through this part because I'm just going along the edges. I'm not loving the blue here, and so I've got Payne's Gray on my brush. And I'm just gonna, on the edge, I'm just going to put the Payne's Gray in there. The blue was just a little too bright for me. And so this makes me feel a little bit better. Clean my brush off, and then just kind of come up and soften that edge. And there we have it. Oh, you guys, I need to add more footsteps. I just want a little bit. I know it's probably not advised, but I don't want it to be a creek. You know what I'm saying? So I've got those in, and then I'm just gonna clean my brush off, and I'm also drying it off, and I'm just gonna soften the edges around our little footsteps. Okay. I don't really know how I feel about this decision, but I've done it. Not that I couldn't paint over it, but you know, I think they're kind of cute. We'll just leave them. Well, that's that. Oh, wow, this is number 30. I was going to put 29. I'm glad that I checked. 30 out of 52. Sometimes I don't know where to sign, you know? Doesn't matter. This is just going in my little binder. There we have it. Okay, hope you have fun painting a little snowy scene at the end of July. Listen, I was going to do a whole Christmas in July thing. Be glad that I didn't do that if you're not a winter Christmas person. Okay, love you all, and I'll see you next time.